of the Tryon All-Stars. A smile would come to his face if he knew that generations of children would enjoy this beautiful ball field. Signed, Nicholas Brady, U.S. Secretary of the Treasury, 1988-1992. Secondly, dear Charles, it is my pleasure to be able to congratulate everyone involved in making the Harry Dallara ball field a big success. I know that this is a special project for Charles and Pegine Dallara, and that Charles has spent a lot of time and money making this project work. I would also like to thank and congratulate the other directors of the Harry Dallara Foundation and all those in the community who have helped with this project or supported this project in some meaningful way. I spent many summers near Tryon since I have relatives in Black Mountain, North Carolina. My mother attended college in Spartanburg. We often drove through Tryon and Harmon Field. I know that baseball and Harmon Field are both very special to Charles since it honors his father, his son, and close friends, as well as the community and baseball. I do believe that sports can be a wonderful way to bring people together. I hope that the Harmon Field can do just that. I hope that Harmon Field can be a place where everyone will be safe at home. Sincerely yours, George Long, LIM Advisors Limited, Hong Kong, China. Dear Charles, I am writing today to extend my warm congratulations on the occasion of the grand opening of the Harry Dallara ball field at Harmon Field in Tryon. I regret very much that I am unable to be with you personally to celebrate this special occasion. I understand you have made major improvements to the ball field, which I know will be enjoyed by young boys and girls of all backgrounds for many years to come. I know that Harry would be proud of what the foundation and the town of Tryon have done. I am especially touched by the plaque you are unveiling of the Tryon All-Stars, a distinguished group of outstanding young ball players who were not allowed to play at Harmon Field. Although I personally did not play in the Negro Leagues, I played with many who did. Satchel Paige, Josh Gibson, and Willie Mays among them. I know the special challenges these young men faced, as did all African American ball players of my generation. I was fortunate enough to make it to the major leagues in 1958 and spent 13 years in the big leagues. As you may know, I was the first black pitcher to win 20 games and was fortunate enough to win 2 games in the 1965 World Series and be named American League Pitcher of the Year. By honoring the Tryon All-Stars, you are honoring not only these talented young men, but all of the young men who have played in the Negro Leagues throughout the country, and I salute you for this powerful signal of our community humanity. I wish you every success in the grand opening, and I know that the children of Tryon and Polk County will benefit from this ball field for years to come. Best wishes, Jim Mudcat Grant. Thank you.
Mountains and rivers are worlds apart, yet the moon and winds are for all us to share. This is a poem written by a Japanese poet on the occasion of the well-known Chinese monk for the first time centuries ago, traversing the unknown water across the East Sea that separated China from Japan. His mission was to bring Buddhism to the world east and beyond, from China to Japan. History always had its footsteps going beyond its old past and into present days and future. We're now living the moment that history once again transcended into our current life. To this event of historical significance and contemporarily meaningful to us all. Due to COVID, I'm not able to travel from China to the United States to celebrate this wonderful event. But my spirit and my gratitude unite us across the Pacific in celebration of what the Harry Dallara Foundation, representing all of us donors and from around the world, has accomplished such amazing work to rebuild the Field of Dreams in the small mountain town of Tryon, North Carolina. This is a special and memorable moment for us all to be gathered here in remembrance of the old World War II veteran Harry Dallara, who is now in heaven, so pleased that his ultimate dream on earth was finally fulfilled. That is to have a new place, a new forum, a new inspiration for many generations to come, to be connected all together through one sport, baseball. My name is Ellen Low, and personal friend of Peixing Dallara from China. When I learned about the Harry Dallara Foundation and its cause to connecting youth in this region and hopefully in the future nationwide, eventually internationally through sports, especially baseball, I was deeply touched by the inspiration of Harry Dallara's life story of love and humanity. Wounded in World War II, awarded the Purple Heart with 3 of other members of his family, including his twin brother serving in the Pacific Fleet, a brother-in-law who landed in Normandy to liberate Europe, and an uncle who served in China, providing military supplies to the Flying Tigers, who saved China from completely falling under the Japanese occupation, for which Chinese people feel forever indebted, especially to those brave young Americans. He came back to the Carolinas, working hard like every ordinary American to rebuild this country to its rise to as an economic giant in the world. Then retired humbly to tend rose gardens of Converse College. I and many other admirers of this example of the Americans want to express our heartfelt gratitude and make meaningful donations in tribute to the extraordinary quality of the ordinary Americans and their hopes for their children and their future. I would like to continue to make all efforts necessary to help the foundation in this cause and its mission. Harry Dallara stands as a shining example for all people of different ages, different family backgrounds, and different country to overcome the challenges in different views and the difficulties in their understandings of each other, and ultimately be reunited in the calling of his inspiration and humanism. In the light of the continued progress of the human civilization and the hope for an even promising future, wishing every success for the future endeavors of the foundation and the best to the Tryon community. Dear Charles, this letter is to you and to the people of Tryon, North Carolina, on the occasion of the grand opening of the Harry Dallara Ball Field, Harmon Field, Tryon, North Carolina. You and I have been colleagues and friends for many decades and have had the privilege of seeing and participating in many great events in the World Fairs. Today's event at the Harry Dallara Ball Field is no less significant because in addition to the personal aspect, it has to do with restoring the spirit of America. I have always seen you as a true American, as do I'm sure, the people of Tryon and Spartanburg, hardworking, immensely talented, and a person with a long-standing commitment to public service. Today, you are taking a giant step in hosting the grand opening of Harry Dallara Ball Field, Harmon Field in Tryon, North Carolina, where for many years your dad engaged his lifelong passion for baseball. This influenced your life and lives of many others and will carry long into the future. Through your own vision and drive, the dream of the rebirth of the old ball field is achieved. Your dad's memory is immortalized in the community of Tryon. Baseball is such a fundamental part of American life, open to all, and a passion of millions. Major League Baseball, the big leagues, as we call them, are glamorous, but small-town baseball binds countless Americans together, and for young and old, has a thrill all its own. Ginny and I are sorry not to be able to be there in person for the great event. It has been an honor to support your efforts. They are so important, so real in daily values and adventures of growing up in America. What a wonderful gift you have made to Tryon and to your dad's memory. God bless you, his soul. So play ball with admiration and joy. Jeannie and David Mulford, the former U.S. ambassador to India.
Two wonderful letters. It's clear that this foundation and the town of Tryon and Harmon Field have extended their presence throughout the world, which is quite remarkable, and we only hope that will continue. I mentioned that my first memories of visiting Harmon Field were in the mid-1950s with my father, my brother, my cousins, other family members. Along about the same time, I had the honor of visiting another baseball field, Yankee Stadium. I think my first game there that I attended was also in the mid-1950s. Around that time, I noticed a fresh face out at second base. Billy Martin was no longer there, and there was a young man from my own home state, so I took special interest in him, from Sumter, South Carolina, named Bobby Richardson. Bobby has went on to have a remarkable career as the second baseman of the New York Yankees. I think many of you know of his achievements, and I could talk about his achievements on the diamond for quite some time. Don't worry, I won't. But I mean, I do need to mention World Series MVP 1960, the only most valuable player of a World Series in the history of baseball for a losing team. And I can tell you they did not lose because of him, because he had one heck of a series at the bat and in the field. But it didn't quite get him over the top of Bill Mazeroski in the ninth inning. A few years later, though, he was involved in what has been called, and what you can find on the websites today, one of the 10 most memorable moments in the history of baseball, when he caught the final out of the 1962 World Series. Willie McCovey, off the bat of Willie McCovey, one of the hardest hitters. And I want Bobby to tell you a little bit the story of a conversation he had with Willie. Many athletes, however, when they retire, they fade from the scene. Bobby Richardson has actually extended and deepened his legacy because he has established himself not only as a former athlete and a former successful coach to the University of South Carolina and other universities, but he has established himself as one of the great Christian athletes of his generation, a man of the Lord who understands how to connect with not only athletes, but the entire citizenry of our country. It's my honor to turn the podium over to someone I'm called a good friend, Bobby Richardson.
Thank you, Charles. Thanks for your friendship, and Alan and Stephen, thanks for your part in making all this wonderful day possible at Harmon Field. I was thinking, I woke up about 2:30 this morning. He put me in a great hotel in Spartanburg, and Jeannie had a room and I had a room, and about 2:30 I walked up and realized that I was going to say a few words here today, and I wanted the words to honor his dad. And I thought about something. I had been invited to speak at the Citadel. They had a great issue series, and I was asked to come down and be a part of that. And I had a friend come down to go fishing with me. His name was Lee Fisher. And I